HBs, what is the one deal breaker that will keep you from viewing a house? Besides price. Lol. My husband and I are second-time HBs and we will not view a house if it doesn't have central air. We went through the whole process and cost of central air installation with our first house and we are absolutely not doing it again. Curious to hear some other answers and maybe things to look out for. Houses in flood zones, any water infiltration, mold issues. Shared driveway. Drove by one where the driveway slanted sharply down to the garage. I could imagine the water flowing into the garage during a rainstorm and fighting the slope on ice or snow. It's in a shitty school district or gives me an excessively long commute. No garage. Won't see a house without one. No HOAs. Had them a couple of times, never again. A busy street, if it has a state route number on top of a street name, I'll pass. 70 years not look at a 2-story house. Stove on island. I don't understand why people do that. The grease would fly all over anyone sitting at the island. If it is on a busy road, that is a no-go with dogs. No matter how careful you are, dogs can bolt out a door or escape a fence. Double yellow lines. No busy streets for me. One bathroom. Backyard that is too small or not private. If it is in an HOA, will not even consider it. Air handler in crawl space. Bad neighborhood, and my wife decides what is and is not a bad neighborhood. Everyone had their thing, but make very sure you are sure on that. And tell your agent. Had a client tell me time and time again they would not buy without AC. A driveway. And a fenced yard. Very reasonable. Not a problem. Then flipped on me completely when her friend bought her dream house and I didn't even send it to her. It had none of those 3 things. It also didn't have a dishwasher, which she wanted, and was $20,000 over her limit. But she fired me. Tenant occupied. Nope. Not in California. Don't want it. We just built a house, and while it is really nice to have a brand new home with no one else's grime in it, I kind of regret it because there is no mature landscaping at all. We had to pay a fortune for a fence and landscaping, and we don't even have any big trees. And won't have any big trees for yearsss. Our current home that we have no intention of leaving has a green space directly across the street. Flood zone. Won't ever have a house there. I've already told my husband. Now that we haven't had neighbors directly across from us, I don't think I can ever live somewhere that does. Across from a school. Live in DC. Basement apartments, they often come with perk of larger outdoor spaces here. I will never live in a basement. No garage. No dishwasher. A stupid street name. We have passed on several houses over the years because it was on Nancy Lane or Rock Candy Road. Nope. Shared driveway. Barking dogs next door. If the parking is a PETA, I'm going to give up. We went to her some homes on tiny side streets where turning our car around took some effort. I'm not doing it to see a house, and I sure won't do it every day. If there's no garage, whether it's due to a conversion or there's a carport instead doesn't matter. If there's a terrible layout. I've seen a few houses with diagonal hallways. Why would they do that? Homeless encampment nearby. It will be constant drama and mess. Not to mention randos coming into your yard looking for water or cans to return. No septic, no well water, must have AC, must have at least 2 full baths. A decent yard. No McMansions for me. 1 bathroom homes are a hard no for me. So far we've had homes with 1, 2 and 3 toilets. 3 or more is optimal for me lol. Busy main road. You quickly get tired of fighting your way in or out of the driveway. Plus the noise. A steep driveway. Master bathtub was critical for me. I love baths and always take one when I get a migraine. I wanted one in my space rather than communal space that will likely be overrun by kiddos in 2 or so years. Central air seems silly, though. With so many houses just converting to mini splits. We bought a house with no central air and will just be upgrading the electric in the house. It's currently only 100 amp. To do heating cooling mini split combo units. Our make or break was that we needed at least 1.5 bathrooms. I have no idea how multiple people live in a home with only one toilet. For me, 1. Has a septic tank. 2. Uses oil heat. Oil heat sucks. You have to maintain an oil tank on the property. Call a truck to get oil. No thanks. Natural gas all the way. 3. Signs of mold in the basement. Well and septic instead of city water and sewage. Gray vinyl floors. The moment I see them I exit the listing. I even got rid of a realtor I was working with because she consistently kept sending me listing with gray vinyl floors when I said I would not look at any house with them no matter what. She didn't think I was that serious about it. Bad location or lot. Basically everything else is fixable. Deal breakers. Busy street. A home in which the kitchen, dining room, and living room aren't on the same ground level. Currently live in a home that the kitchen, dining, living is on the second floor. Never again. On an incline street I would love to go on a leisurely walk after dinner. Instead it's a hike. Window above the sink in the kitchen. Do not make me look at some blank wall while doing mindless sink tasks. A pox on those who build such torture devices. Look at the neighbors' houses. If their dumps get away quick. Won't look at a house without a basement. Only one bath or an HOA. We've added 2 bathrooms and it was a pain dealing with contractors both times. Another deal breaker is an old roof because we had a horrible time getting insurance to pay once, when they should have and had to pay for another ourselves and again. Had contractor problems. There is so much more we would have done with our last house if we could have just found a good contractor. When you open the front door and the stairway is right there directly in front of you. Can't stand it. Won't look at it. Septic tank. Screw that mess. If it only has on-street parking, it's a definite no for me. No bathtub. It's a major sticking point for parents with young kids. Gray floors, vinyl floors, butcher block counters. A leased solar system is an instant pass. HOAs are non-starters. On a street with a speed limit 30 or more. Nope. A porch. 2 bathrooms. Narrow streets and small driveways. Mine were no garage and no HVAC. A full flight of stairs. Must have a landing in the middle. Propane heat. I'm learning so many things I should be considering or crossing off my list. Thank you for this thread. My only non-starters before were also central air, no mini splits, busy street, wah, and poor layout. The list is much longer now though. Rolling on the floor laughing. Split level. Central AC is a deal breaker. Also, we moved to our current home a year ago, which is in a semi-rural area where many of the houses do not have an option for cable high-speed internet. Since we both WFH, we wouldn't look at houses not within the service area of Xfinity internet. We live in a high wildfire area, so I was constantly getting quotes for home insurance and fire insurance, and if it was too high, I wouldn't even go see the house.